Welcome. I thought we'd start the stream with some mint conditions, single to mingle, since we are talking about dating in 2021. And I saw this, I think it went viral on the Shade Room. Someone shared it on this Washingtonian Instagram page. I was like, wow, that's interesting. So I figured we discuss the top three cities, also look at the other cities that they listed. And if anyone, you can share in the comments, or if you want to come up and chat with me, that's fine. And we can talk about our experiences. Of course, we are in a pandemic, so it's kind of awkward with that in itself. But hey Queen, welcome. You said I don't believe Hold on. You said I don't believe it about Atlanta. Atlanta's best for single men. Yes, Atlanta's like a candy shop for single men. It definitely is. Oh, thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. So let me pin my comment. So if anyone wants to come when they come in, if they want to hop on the panel, that's cool with me. I do have perspective from both the DC area and Atlanta. I've lived most of my life in Atlanta. I've only been in DC area for 3 years. So I could share a little. I'm still feel pretty new here. I'm still getting acclimated, but I think very different. I think the two cities are very, very different. And I think also Boston ranked on top of that list as well, which I find very interesting. I've never visited Boston, so if anyone has any insight about Boston, I'm curious to hear what you all say about Boston, because I know when I was at the airport back in July, coming back to DC, and I saw black people on a plane in Boston. I know it sounds so simple, but I was like, wow, black people in Boston. So um, that was just interesting to me. So bear with me one moment. I'm trying to get to this is sad. I'm trying to get to my own channel on my phone so I can pin the comment. Okay, let's see. Because I think this would be fun if people come up to discuss, because I was shocked when Atlanta made the top three. I'm going to be honest. I was definitely shocked to see that. And Queen said, I believe it about DC. I don't know about Boston. Yeah, Boston seems very white. So I'm curious about that. So first, let's get into this article here. And this was a collaboration with Bumble and Apartment List. And let me know if you have ever used Bumble. I've never used Bumble. I downloaded Match. And I added my photos, my little profile. And I deleted that within 24 hours. Like I was like, oh my God, I can't. This just doesn't feel right to me. So I still feel kind of a way about the dating apps. So I guess we could talk about that too. Do you have to use dating apps in today's society? But okay, so apparently this is posted September 22nd, and it was National Singles Week. Okay, so I'm going to read it. It says, it's almost cuffing season, and even the most steadfast singles can't help but start thinking about coupling up. However, the dating game has shifted as dating app culture is the norm. With the apps, we're now exposed to more options than ever before. This can be overwhelming, but it's advantageous. If you're looking for what is that? LOYL. If y'all know, help me out. It means you can screen out bad candidates before those first dates. What if we told you the challenges of dating were in part due to where you live? Proximity is one of the major factors in finding the perfect significant other for you. If you're ready to finally find the one, there are some cities where odds may be better. We examined 100 US cities to determine the best cities for singles in 2021. Our report is based on 4 key metrics, which are dating satisfaction, social satisfaction, dating affordability, percentage of singles. Adding to the data, we got the local scoop on dating insights from our friends at Bumble. Get a jump starting on dating in these cities by learning about the popular profile prompts, profile badges, and interest badges from the Bumble community. All right, so the top 10 cities. Ranking number 1 is Washington, D.C. 2 is Boston, Massachusetts. 3 is Atlanta, Georgia. ATL stand up. 4, Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's interesting. 5, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 6, Richmond, Virginia. Okay. 7, Austin, Texas. 8, Denver, Colorado. 9, Chicago, Illinois. 10, Seattle, Washington. So I'm going to pause for a moment with that. Okay. So Queen says, I don't like dating apps. I know is what people do now. Yeah, it seems weird. I don't know what your age range is, Queen, but I'm late 30s, and I guess in our age range we have the best of both worlds. Like, I guess older millennial where got these. I know I got experienced life before all the technology, where people would talk to each other and stuff, but then being in the technology age. So okay, LOYL's love of your life. Okay, thank you. Taught me something there. So the top 10, do any top 10 cities surprise you at all? I would say I'm gonna finish reading the article, then I'm gonna share my experiences. But I'm surprised to see like Minneapolis. Like I said, Atlanta is surprising to me for some reasons I can share in a moment. I don't know much about the other cities. I've been to Richmond. I like Richmond because it seems blackety black, but it doesn't seem like the most interesting place to live. So I don't think I would want to, you know, I guess create roots there. But I did see more of us there. I'm in Northern Virginia, so it's lots of dogs and white people. All right. So key findings, it says, from analyzing the data, a few trends emerged. The East Coast reigned supreme, so it outscored the West Coast, as 6 out of the 10 listed cities are from the East Coast. So college cities are the perfect place for singles. Okay. That's interesting. Well, I guess that makes sense, right? A lot of people from all over. So let's see. It says number 1, DC. Taking first place on our list is Washington, D.C. D.C. ranked highest on our list for its high marks in social and dating satisfaction. In D.C., singles can spend time on dates exploring the thousands of things to do in the area, from visiting the National Zoo to remembering history at the Lincoln Memorial to catching a game at Nationals Park. There is always somewhere new to explore on a first date. These activities are perfect for singles in DC, as some of the most popular Bumble profile badges are pets, education, and exercise. Among Bumble users who adopted sport interest badges, the top sports were basketball, football, and soccer. DCers can go on dates rooting for the Washington Nationals in the spring and the Washington Wizards in the winter. With almost half of the city being single, DC scores high on our dating satisfaction and affordability indexes. The average cost of a quintessential date night of a movie and dinner costs $105, which isn't too bad considering the median earnings here are around $80,445. Okay, so that's interesting. And that's true. It's so many things to do in DC, and a lot of the things you don't really have to spend money on. And it's beautiful. Like, I like being outside, so the parks, and it's just gorgeous, and being by the Potomac. So I could see that. Alrighty. And so next is, let's say number 2 is Boston. Before I get into that, as you join the stream, be sure to like the video, subscribe. If you're in the clouds, I appreciate you. If you're but you don't have to be shy. This is a safe space. I always love to interact with everyone and hear everyone's perspective. All viewpoints are welcome here. Yes, the Potomac. I love the Potomac. It's so beautiful. And I love like Gravely Point. I love plane spotting. I'm a plane nerd. So like just being out in nature, to me, with the Most High, like seeing the planes, it's just beautiful. So, I know like in YouTube, the dating, like Black Manosphere, a lot of topics come up with like spending money, or how the men argue like, oh, we ain't paying for this, blah, blah, blah. But you can really do some interesting things for free. But I know a lot of women feel like, you should pay for the date. But I guess that's another another thing to discuss. So, okay, so number 2, Boston, Mass. Moving a few states north, we land at our second best city for singles, Boston. It's no wonder Boston scores highest for dating satisfaction, as exactly half of its residents are single. This may imply why date intentions is a top choice for Bumble profile badges. Bostonians want to know exactly what each single is looking for before someone jumps to DTR. Uh-oh, what's that? You know what that is, Queen DTR? Oh, goodness. See, I kind of been out of the game for a minute, and I kind of put my toe in the game. I don't know what I call myself doing, but I got, my little feelings was hurt. But that's okay. Just dust yourself off, learn your lessons, and move on. Okay. So Queen, you say that you have relatives in the area. Yeah, you definitely need to come up. It's really beautiful here. It really is. And a lot of things, well, I don't know how you are with, I know some people with the, COVID don't really go out and about, but here I notice a lot of places say masks are suggested. I haven't been to like the museums. I know a lot of them are open back up now. I haven't been since they reopened, but I know a lot of things suggest masks. But I always wear masks out wherever I go. Like I don't play about that. But my family back home in Georgia, Georgia and Florida, they on some other stuff. I don't know where you are, but I know Georgia and Florida, they just on something else. Okay, so let's see. Compared to DC, the average cost of a movie and dinner date is higher, and the median earnings are not proportionate to this increase. This type of date costs around $113. If a movie and dinner date isn't your thing, there's plenty of other options. I don't like movie dates. I don't know about you all. I went on a first date, a movie. We went to Top Golf. This guy I met here, Top Golf. We went to the movie and then want to go somewhere else. I'm like, oh my God, I want to go home. Like, I just felt like it was just the date was too long for me. So, I'm just not a fan of first dates being movie dates. Okay, so it says, in fact, singles on Bumble show more of an appetite for activity-based interests like going out, sports, and traveling. With the going out interest badge category, singles enjoy visiting museums and galleries. Boston is home to a plethora of museums, from the Museum of Fine Arts to the Museum of Science and the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Between the museums and the Boston sports scene, you have a wide array of date options. Okay, so that's cool. All right. So about to get to my hometown that doesn't disappoint to me. Let's see. So Queen, you didn't know. Yeah, I know what that is either. Queen, you said I want to see some Smithsonian museums and do a housewife tour and see Virginia too. Okay, I didn't know housewives had a tour, girl. I don't watch, but yeah, you got to see the Smithsonian museums. I've been to the African American national one. You know, the one that kind of looks like a basket. I've been there. Oh, I've been to the Frederick Douglass one, but I still need to get it's so many museums to see here. I want to see the Air and Space one next. They have African art, portrait gallery. They have so many museums. Even the zoo is free. So Queen said movie dates are not cool, not when you're trying to get to know someone. Right, right. I just don't. I don't like. And I get kind of antsy in movies. Like I'm that person. I will talk through the movie because I get restless. Don't ask me to come with you to see a 3-hour movie because I'm gonna get on your nerves. I just can't. I just get so irritated. I haven't really been to a movie since the pandemic. The last movie I saw was that Harriet Tubman film. It was horrible, by the way. But yeah, that's the last film I saw in the theaters. And I think that was like February. Or was it January of last year? Okay, so now Atlanta, Georgia. I'm curious to see what they say. Said the Big Peach is our third best city for singles. Singles can spend their weekends here taking in the flowers at the Botanical Garden, watching a Broadway show at Atlanta's Fox Theater, or strolling through Piedmont Park. So it's no surprise that Atlanta scored high on social satisfaction, as there's always something to do. And there's always something to eat. If you're a huge foodie, you aren't alone in Atlanta. Atlantans on Bumble often select food and drinks as one of their interest badges. They love eating tacos or grabbing coffee, two great first date ideas. Similar to its counterparts, Atlanta also has an above average single rate, with 55% of the cities being single. The city is home to 57 colleges and universities, which may contribute to this large singles rate. Atlanta's huge student population is supported by Bumble's data, showing that one of the most popular Bumble's profile badges is education. Yeah, now you gotta get some good eating in Atlanta. Like the food is so good there. And yeah, the Fox Theater is cool. I ain't never known no nog to take nobody to walk in Piedmont Park. I'm just gonna say that, but maybe others do that. I'm from Atlanta. I've never been to Botanical Garden. I should spank myself. Okay, Queen says, I saw a scary movie on a second date. He was more scared than me. We didn't go any more dates, Queen. Queen, you wasn't feeling him anymore. He's scared of you. That's so funny. That's so funny. I went on a date with this guy, special agent. He think he's a special agent. And we saw that Brian Banks movie, the Brian Banks guy that went to prison for rape. That movie was okay, but that's just the date was just so long. So long. That guy was very interesting. I'm gonna get into that in a minute because I want to share my DMV experiences and my ATL experiences with you all. Queen said we weren't feeling each other, I guess. Yeah, it's like that sometimes. And I think with dating, it's important to be able to not be attached to the outcome, because I have a friend, and she was so upset with this guy. Like they were kicking it. She really liked the guy, but he just ghosted her. He ghosted her, right? It was weird because they know each other for a long time. This is my friend of 20 years, so I know her very well. And she was devastated. He told her he was going to Florida. I think they was doing a Labor Day vacation. And since he's been back, she hasn't spoken to him. He's blocked her. But she's the type of woman that chases, that saying, what you chase, it runs from you. Like, I swear she just has this thing where she likes men that don't like her. And it's like, this guy really liked her and she was just so repulsed by him, which is fine. I mean, I feel like we should be able to have exactly what we want in our partners. No one's perfect, but you know how, Queen, you may know, like here on YouTube, a lot of men try to tell women to settle or give guys, quote unquote, give guys a chance. But I don't necessarily agree with that. And I think that's from my experience too. You're giving people a chance that you wouldn't normally, or you're not attracted to. You don't match values. Like it just ends up being a disaster. So you said, Queen says, sounds like let's see, sounds like a heavy movie for a date. Yeah, Black Male Person. It was a heavy movie. And you know what made the movie good? What's that guy, Aldous Hodge? I don't know that dude name. He is so fine. I don't know his name. He's the one that made the movie good because God just sculpted him. He is so beautiful. He's the best thing about the movie. That's a fine-ass man. Something Hodge. Queen says the runner and chaser dynamic. Yeah, I've been there too. And, I just want my friend to get the love that she deserves because she's a good person. And it's just sad, we see someone operating, in a space, that's not healthy for them. But I forget what app she downloaded. She downloaded a dating app and she's been out with a date. She went out with this guy this past weekend and she really likes him. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. So I'm leaning towards trying the apps, but I do get, men do approach me out and about, but I am thinking about trying the apps, giving it a try just to see. Like I said, I downloaded Match and I saw the guys like, hell no. And I deleted it. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Okay, so let's see what's popping in Minneapolis. I think I would like to live in Minneapolis. Like, I went there for the Mall of America and I get a lot of layovers there when I travel like out west. And I like the airport. So I said, I want to explore the city more. But let's see what they're talking about with Minneapolis. Coming in fourth place is Minneapolis. Scoring high on dating satisfaction, Minneapolis is the perfect place for a fitness date. One of the most popular Bumble profile badges is exercise. Singles here can take advantage of the Minneapolis great outdoors, such as hiking to the majestic Minnehaha waterfall in the summer or going cross country skiing in the winter, or try a scenic bike ride for a first date. The city heavily invests in its bike infrastructure, making this a perfect date idea. Based on our data, Minneapolis also scored high on social satisfaction. Bumble data supports this. Minneapolis, oh Lord, Minneapolitans, I probably butchered that. I'm so sorry. On Bumble, prioritize values and traits, which is one of the most popular interest badges for the city. Bumble users here favor qualities such as being open minded and having empathy for others. This aligns with social satisfaction as Minneapolisans really care about getting to know one another. Bumble users often show this high interest by kicking off the conversation with the profile prompt. What makes a relationship great is okay, that's interesting. Pittsburgh, PA. I've never been to Pittsburgh. Okay, let me break for a moment just so we can take that in. Okay, Queen. So you said just so leery of narcs and narc love dating apps. I don't knock them though. It's just the way it is. Yeah, narcs. Yeah, I just kind of think that as long as we know how to identify the narcs, which I know you sounds like you and me both have learned, unfortunately, through experiences with them. I think we'll be fine, and we won't. We'll know not to waste time with them, because that's my thing. I think knowing how, being able to identify when something isn't right, trusting your intuition. Like I have an abundance mentality. I believe that God didn't create anything in lack. That includes men. So I don't believe in settling for someone, for a guy, just because he's single or whatever, just because somebody quote unquote say they're a nice guy, because a lot of narcs are so-called nice guys. Queen says solo TV and lovely T both live in Minneapolis. It just seems really white to me. Yeah, yeah. I know. I went there. I stayed there a few days, maybe like 2 or 3 days. Me and my daughter flew there. We wanted to go to the Mall of America. So I found a hotel right near the Mall of America. We had a shuttle. We just went there to visit the mall because it's so big. But I wish I would have rented a car and explored the city, because I did have a job offer there. But instead of going to Minneapolis, I chose to come here to DC, because I had a colleague from Iowa. And he was like, "Yeah, you move to Minneapolis, you're gonna have to have chains on your tires, and I guess with snow." And that just frightened me. I'm like, "Oh hell no, I can't go there. I can't go there." Queen says, "I agree. There are plenty of good men out here, men who want what you want. I believe in abundance too." Yeah, yeah, definitely. And that's why for me, I stopped looking at a lot of content that always talks about the negative of men and trash bags and things like that, because I think at a certain point in time, yes, we've experienced what we experienced. It's real. We were hurt, whatever. But, your experience is really one of your greatest teachers. Like, use that, let that fuel you to go on and like live your life. Just start harboring all this pain and heartache. I want to do a stream on it, like these trauma bonding channels. And I'm not hating on them, but these channels get so much traction. But it's like, are they really helping? Are they harming? Even for the guys, I always focus on, like, they talk about, oh men, what they said, like most black women are obese, or like that's your reality because that's all you focus on, when I know that's not true. Especially here where I live in DC area. Like, and I lived in one of the the fittest city in America. People out walking dogs, running. Like, everyone is not overweight. But if all you focus on is that negativity, that's what you're gonna get. And I feel like, what's this song by William Murphy? He says, "My season to reap what I've sown." I'm like, I experienced a lot of heartache. God, it's time for me to reap some beautiful experiences. Like, time out for that. I mean, we're in a pandemic, for crying out loud. So I'm not going to spend my time focusing on negativity. There are good people in the world. I know I'm one of them. I could tell Queen you one of them too. And Cloud Watch, I'm sure you're a good person too. Queen says, "How fun trip just to go to the huge mall with your daughter." Yeah, that's me. And we had fun. It was so, like you thought, it's very white there. We saw a lot of white people in the mall, and they look to be African, like not African American. We also flew to the Galleria Mall in Houston. We went there for a day. I flew Spirit. I would never fly Spirit Airlines again. Look, 2 tickets with there and back to Atlanta was like, it was under $90. But going to Houston, we had like a 3-hour delay. Got there, we were so tired and fed up. Kid cried, whatever, just ratchetry. I call it, that's my word, ratchetry. Y'all hear that anywhere else? It was just ratchet. Then when we were heading back home to Atlanta, it was a long delay. Like I can't, I vowed to never fly Spirit Airlines again, even though that trip, those tickets were under $90. Like that was cool, but no thank you. No thank you. Queen says, yes, no need to focus on negativity. Leave that to the haters and hateful. Yeah, because it's so sad. We see the things that are going on in the world, like, so many of us losing loved ones. And life is so precious. We should spend our days, better than that. We really should. Okay, so let me read number 5 in Pittsburgh. Let me know, Queen, if you've been to any of these cities, or if you want to share. Let me know what you think. And Cloud, what I guess Cloud watching on the Cloud, right? Okay, so number 5 is Pittsburgh, which I've never visited. So it says, it's an interesting looking downtown area. So the city of Bridges ranks as the 5th best city for singles, scoring high on social satisfaction and percentage of singles. Pittsburgh is the place to be, with more than half of the population being single. Singles in Pittsburgh can spend time with dates or friends or on a slew of adventures. Imagine a romantic or friendly walk through the Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens, admiring the view from Mount Washington, and getting lost in the Andy Warhol Museum. Okay, let's see. It says, but if you're more of an indoor date person, you're not alone. Nightclub or Netflix, was one of the top profile prompts to start a Bumble conversation. This makes sense, as one of the top interest badges was staying in. Okay, we see what time they're on in Pittsburgh. If this resonates more with you than exploring the outdoors, you can spend your date nights cooking, playing video games, or board games, all top choices of Pittsburgh Bumble singles. However, if you're looking to go out and about, you'll have a relatively low date cost to income ratio. For example, a movie and a dinner for two will cost you $78. Okay. With average earnings of over $50,000, a date for less than $80 isn't too shabby, especially for those singles who love films and TV, which was another top interest badge. Now, can you imagine the manosphere crying about spending $78? They always crying about spending some money. So Pittsburgh seems like a Netflix and chill city. I don't think I want to Netflix and chill with a stranger. So I don't know about that. I'm a pass on that one. Queen said, I heard Spirit is awful, but I like Southwest. It's no frills. I love Southwest. They are consistent. They get you there on time. You don't have to pay for your bags. I love, love, love Southwest. Except one time I flew to New Orleans, right? Flew to New Orleans, Southwest. It was a one-way trip. That was, well, you know what I mean. No layovers, right? So I can't think of the word right. No layovers. So coming back to DC from New Orleans, I had to stop in Memphis. Girl, I tell you, the fattest ass white woman found a seat next to me. I was squashed. I couldn't wait. So the flight went from New Orleans to Memphis, dropped them fat ass people off, then flew to DC. Like, don't sit. I swear them big white women always see me and want to sit by me on Southwest. So I love last year when they had the middle seat open. Oh my God. I didn't tell my dad because my dad and stepmom are really like health, well, not, I wouldn't say health conscious, but I would say always worried, right? Me and my sister and my daughter, my little niece, we went to Vegas during the height of the pandemic. I didn't tell them, man, it was so nice flying with that middle seat open. Whew, I felt like a wealthy woman. Okay, let me see what you're saying. Oh, so you have been to Pittsburgh. It says real blue collar. Okay. Oh, Wiz Khalifa's from there? That's interesting. Wow. So you said I like to visit, but I want to imagine it's good for blessings. Yeah, they on a Netflix and chill. What's up, just chilling? Wow, thanks for joining. You know what? Like I was playing with YouTube on my phone last night because apparently now if you have under 1,000 subscribers, you can go live directly from your phone. But they said they cap it at 25. I don't know if there's 25 subscribers or just 25 people in general. So I don't know if they pick like 25 subscribers to notify, something like that. So I'm wondering, is that why you didn't know? Just I'm wondering. I'm using StreamYards right now, but I'm just wondering. But yeah, Solo TV now be crying about paying this, what was it, $78 date? Like, come on. Just want to any MGTOWs from Pittsburgh, Lord. So I've never flown on American. Okay, I love Delta. That's my favorite because they have the TVs too. I absolutely love Delta. Like, that's my favorite. I've never flown American. I've never flown United. But I always laugh because I think Reagan National is a American hub. So we always I like to go plane spot at Gravely Point or even Jones Point. A lot of parks are on the Potomac River and you can see the planes coming in and leaving. But I always see a lot of American flights. But yeah, thanks for joining, Just. So just to kind of give you a brief recap so you can know, right now we're just going over the 10 top cities for singles according to Apartment List and Bumble. And I'm just going to show you the top 10 list they had. But DC ranked number 1. So I'm just going to show you the little map, which I think I use as a thumbnail. But these are the top 10 cities for singles. And just share your experiences. We definitely want to hear from you. Like if you visited any of these cities, ever lived in these cities, or what your experiences are like where you are. And if you want to click the link to hop on the panel, feel free. All right, so we went through Pittsburgh. So let's see what city is next. Richmond. Okay, I like Richmond. It reminds me of home. When I first got to the DC area, at a moment where I cried, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? So I used to drive down to Richmond. It's 2 hours from here just because it reminded me of home. So it says landing 6 on our list is Richmond, the history-filled capital of Virginia. In fact, the city of Richmond ranked as high as 4th for overall dating satisfaction. However, the city falls a bit short on social satisfaction, landing 25th. Although the city's social scene isn't as abundant as a DC or Boston, Richmond has plenty to offer for singles. Okay, I'm curious because to me, it don't seem like nothing to do down there. It seems like a very blue collar. Says when it comes to the social scene, Richmond appears to be the spot for creative types. According to Bumble's insights, creativity and music are among the top interests for Richmond singles. When you think of music cities, you probably think of Nashville and Austin. Richmond's music scene is a bit under the radar, but a huge part of the city's culture. Forbes even dubbed Richmond the underground music city everyone needs to visit. Okay. For the Bumble community in Richmond, country music is their genre of choice. Oh, okay. Richmond has the second lowest average date cost in our top 10. Even though things tend to be on the affordable side in Richmond, you can still go on unforgettable dates for free. Check out the 3-day Richmond Folk Festival along the waterfront from October 8th through 10th. This festival celebrates Richmond's music and arts culture, and yet it's free. Okay, so that's interesting. Now, like I said, I've visited Richmond a few times just because it's 2 hours from here. And I went to, it's a festival they have in October. It's a Black festival. It's downtown Richmond. Oh, I can't think about it. I went there because Stokely from Mint Condition was supposed to perform, but he was sick. He couldn't perform. Is it the 6th Street Festival? Something like that. But from my observation, it didn't seem like an interesting city. But I checked out like apartments.com to compare the rent. Oh my God, I could have you got the most luxurious apartment down there for like 50% less of what you pay in the DC metro area. I was like, wow, let me move down there. If I'm always working from home, I would live there because, hey, save some coins. All right, let's see. Just says, ain't took a woman out and paid 70 some dollars. Just hold on. Just said, ain't took a woman out and paid 70 some dollars for dating years. Okay. Okay. I'm curious. So maybe how much are your dates? Just folk festival. Their target is white people. Virginia is so beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. All right. So let's see what's the next city on the list. I want Just to explain himself though by his dates. Okay, so number 7 is just go be on them dates with coupons. He was using Groupon. Austin, Texas. Speaking of music, the live music capital of the world, ranks the 7th best city for singles. Unsurprisingly, music is one of the top interest categories for Austinites on Bumble, and the preferred genres are country, R&B, and rock. Austin scores highly for almost all of our ranking metrics, but falls short on the percentage of singles. Dating satisfaction and social satisfaction are sky high, but you might have to spend a bit more time finding that special someone for you in Austin. With the Austin City Limits Music Festival just around the corner, this could be the best time to bond with your new Bumble connection over your shared love of music at the Bumble Hive pop up. Excuse me, like my brain is. Okay, the Bumble Hive pop up, which will be located between the BMI and T-Mobile stages both weekends. Alrighty, so that's Austin. The only city I visited is in Texas has been Houston. Right, so um oh, bear with me one moment. Sorry, Jess, I didn't hear that little noise I normally hear.
See, you be doing me wrong, MJ. Hold on, can you hear me?
Okay,
Yo,
just
hold
says
on.
cheap and pal. Yeah, I want it. I'm curious to know about his experiences. He might be like my dad. My dad is so cheap. Yeah, or maybe he settled Austin super white, a lot of transplants too. Yeah, I watch Erica Williams, and I think she's in the Austin
You're
area. Erica, that is one dope sister. She's such an inspiration. Like she's such an inspiration. I don't always agree with her on some things, but as far as the business, she's a beast. All right. So let's see. Now we done went through Austin. I think
you're
I added you just. I'm trying. Did I add you? Yeah. So whenever you ready to pop on. All right. So number 8 is Denver, Colorado. The only people I know in Denver, I don't even know them for real. It's a YouTube family. A YouTuber named Mahogany Curls. She's a natural hair YouTuber. I think they're in Colorado. So I was like, wow, black people in Colorado, but I know we're everywhere. They said the Mile High City, Denver lands in the 8th spot on our list. Denver is perfect for outdoorsy singles, and even better if you're a pet owner. The most popular interest badges among Denver singles on Bumble are traveling, pets, and music. When traveling, Denver singles are taking hiking and camping trips to the towering Rocky Mountains, and they're probably bringing their dogs. Social satisfaction is the highest mark for Denver and the 5th highest in our top 10. Take a stroll through one of the many Denver neighborhoods, and you'll quickly see why, as bustling dog friendly breweries line the streets. The beer scene is big in Denver, so start your first date out at a craft brewery in Rhino or Highlands. Okay. Similar to Austin, Denver also has a low percentage of singles. In fact, it has the lowest percentage in our top 10, with only 52% of Denverites being eligible singles. Oh, wow. Okay. But fear not, as more and more people flock to Denver, you're sure to find the perfect match. I imagine a lot of people from California are probably flocking to Denver or Colorado in general, because a lot of people are leaving California in droves. Let's see. Hey,
you
Jess.
okay? Can you hear me now?
Okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so
Yo,
Queen says, we are everywhere. Denver, another super white place. I have a friend who is a travel nurse and she like living there briefly. Oh,
yo,
okay. That's cool.
yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I've never visited Colorado. No, I had a layover in Denver. That doesn't really count, does it? It's at the airport. That airport was cold AF. Alrighty, so we're almost done with this top 10. So now we're in Chicago. Whew. Now, Chicago gets a bad rep, the media. So I'm curious to see, because I haven't visited Chicago since I've been a little girl. So I do want to visit again. So it says, following the Mile High City is the famous Windy City of Chicago, Illinois. Chicago places ninth on our list, reporting strong scores in dating satisfaction and percentage of singles. The city just edges out Richmond for having the cheapest date cost in our top 10, so don't feel bad if that first date doesn't go as planned. Similar to folks in Minneapolis, Chicagoans on Bumble also prioritize qualities such as being open minded, being active, and empathy through the values and traits interest badge. Going out and music were the two other most popular interest badges in Chicago, which perfectly aligns with the city's high social satisfaction score. Be sure to take advantage of Chicago's art scene for a memorable date. Going out to museums and art galleries is one of the most popular activities for Chicago singles on Bumble, and you have no shortage of options to choose from. The Museum of Contemporary Art and the Art Institute of Chicago are staples of the city and a unique date experience. Okay, so that's interesting. That's quite interesting. Anyone have any experience with Chicago? I I haven't been there since a kid, but their downtown area looks so beautiful. Right, so number 10 is Seattle, Washington. Just making the final cut at number 10 on our list is Seattle, Washington. The gem of the Pacific Northwest is a great spot for singles despite having the second highest date cost in our top 10. However, the prices are well worth it when you're tasting the flavors of the Pike Place Market and taking in the waterfront views. Similar to Denver, Seattle singles are big on their pets and one of the most pet friendly cities in the United States. Let's see. It is not surprising to see the pets badge as one of the most popular. Uh, hold on. Okay. As one of the most popular interest badges in Seattle. Dogs, cats, and fish are among the most popular pets according to those based in Seattle who display this interest badge. With all of the delectable local fare, it's easy to see why food and drink is one of the top interests for Seattle singles. One one interest that's unique to Seattle is Bumble values and allyship. For the Bumble value, Bumble values and allyship category specifically, Black Lives Matter, environmentalism, and LGBTQ plus ally are top values and causes that resonate with the Bumble community in Seattle. Okay, that's interesting. That's definitely interesting. Okay, I'm adding you again. Just hey.
Yo, can you hear me now? Yo,
Okay, I added you just. I don't hear you though.
god damn.
All right, so here's their chart for the ranking: city, total score, dating satisfaction, social satisfaction. All right, so let's see what else they got on here.
Yo,
Dating satisfaction is pretty low in San Francisco, but social satisfaction is high. Raleigh, North Carolina, dating satisfaction, that's not too bad.
yo, can you hear me now?
Salt Lake City, that's not bad. New
Yo,
Orleans. I chaperone my daughter to a band. We in parade season in New Orleans, so her band was in the parades. And one of the teachers from New Orleans, she's like, "Yeah, the men in New Orleans have big D." I thought that was funny. I don't know if it's true. Oh goodness, but that made me think of that. Okay, Columbus, Ohio. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know Ohio. So Dallas, Texas. Okay, so it's not too bad. I would have thought it would be higher in Houston, though. I always hear such good things about Houston. Charlotte has a popping social scene. Looks like Long Beach, the social scene is a little better than the dating scene. Let's see what else they got on here. Let's see. Orlando, okay. Philadelphia. I can see why the dating scene's low. Chula Vista, okay. Lexington, Kentucky, Nebraska. Is that Nebraska? Yeah. Okay, San Diego. Cincinnati dating scene is pretty low, and Oakland. Wow. And the social and dating scene is low in Cincinnati. Milwaukee. Oh my God. Do y'all see the number for the dating scene in Milwaukee? That is super low. Okay, Jess, that's fine. But you could just type your thoughts below. I thank you for trying to hop on. Des Moines. Okay. St. Louis. Oh my gosh. Let me ask y'all this. So, based on this data that Bumble has, would you move to a certain city? Like, if you feel like you weren't getting results in dating, like if you want to be married or whatever your goals are, would you move for love to find love? Detroit. Oh my God, Detroit. Shit, the dating and social is pretty low. Virginia Beach. Okay. Yeah, it's not that bad. Rochester, New York. And that up there where Pharaoh from. Los Angeles. Yeah, I don't see well. It seems like a lot of people don't like the dating scene in Los Angeles. Greensboro, North Carolina, Durham, Portland. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Yeah, that sucks, Just. Oh, I always like to hear your thoughts and what you're thinking. Let's see. What else? Baltimore. Damn, the dating scene is terrible in Baltimore. Who would have thought? Y'all, give me one moment. I gotta go get my charger, so I'm gonna play some music for a moment. Let's see, what's a good dating song? Let's see. Trying to think, what's a good song? I don't know. I'll just run it back. I'll be back in a moment. It's quick. I thought I had to go to my living room. Alrighty, so let's see. Let's see what you're saying. Just says, since I'm so cheap and proud, LOL, I can tell you that I ain't above spending that kind of money on a woman. I just ain't come across a woman I dropped that kind of money on you in years. Just okay. All right. Okay. So, what's an ideal date for you? Just a first date, Queen. What's an ideal date for you? While we finish looking at this list, wow, Arlington, Texas. I think that's near Austin. I believe they have a low dating satisfaction. Good grief. New York, Huntsville, Alabama. Yeah, I just couldn't imagine. Tampa, Florida. Wow, that's a low dating satisfaction. Indianapolis is low. Fort Worth, Texas. Jersey City. Damn, look at that. That's low. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. San Jose, California is very low. Wow, Omaha, Nebraska. San Antonio, Texas. is low. Kansas City, Missouri is low. Riverside, California is pretty low. Okay. Irving, Texas. I believe that's also in the Dallas area, I think. 30. Oh, that's low. St. Petersburg, Florida. Sheesh. Okay. Oh my God. Check out Cleveland's dating satisfaction. Wow, that's really, really low. Okay. Wow. I thought about moving to Arizona, but I was thinking that in the back of my mind, like, who would I marry? Who would I date if I moved there? And I couldn't really find any positions there. So, Oklahoma City. I have a former colleague from Oklahoma City, and she has some interesting stories. Like, that's why, like, Black people are not a monolith, because the story she told me about the fun things they would do as teens in Oklahoma, I was like, wow. Damn, look at South Carolina dating satisfaction. Goodness, sheesh. Okay. Hold on, let me go back. Reno, Las Vegas is both low. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Wow, look at Syracuse, New York, though. And Memphis. Yeah, I think Memphis have a weight issue. I couldn't live there. Uh Augusta, Georgia. Okay, Miami, Florida. Henderson, Nevada. I don't know where that is in Nevada, but that's pretty low. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Honolulu, Hawaii's low. Spokane, Washington. Oh my God, look at Norfolk, Virginia. I'm so shocked. Wow. Wow. It's like that in the 757. Okay. Newark, New Jersey is low, low, low. If you all live in any of these cities, represent these cities, let me know what it's like there. We're curious. Is this data accurate? Damn. I remember when Tommy Sotomayor was in that Arizona. He didn't seem to have a problem with dating. Uh Montgomery, Alabama. Damn, look at Tulsa. Golly. Mm-mm-mm. This is interesting. This is interesting data. Okay, so let me see what you all saying. Okay, so it just said very few women is worth that much time. If oh my God, just come on. you, you a tough cookie. See, yeah, I don't have a particular first date. I do since I like to do things around. Okay, okay, that's cool. Okay, just it's a tough cookie to break. All right, so I think we went over most of the information in there. That was interesting. I believe they said they polled Bumble users. Like I said, I've never used Bumble. I'm thinking about trying it just to see, to give it a shot. Because I know wherever my husband is, he's not going to come in my apartment and find me. Okay, so here they describe their ranking methodology. I'm just going to scroll that. And now, after the stream's over, well, I could share this I'll put these links in the chat. That way, if y'all want to read this yourself, you can. If you just want to look at it later for yourself. Okay. I'm ready. So, I guess I'll share some of my experience. We'll start with Atlanta first. Atlanta, that's true. There's a lot of things to do in Atlanta. Um, Lots of things to do. Lots of good food. The food scene there is amazing. That's one thing I miss about Atlanta. Lots of colleges and universities in the metro area. That is true. So it's easy to meet people. I would say some of the transplants are interesting there. Some of the transplants are really interesting. Oh, okay. Hey, Jess.
Yo, can you hear me now?
I don't hear you.
God damn it.
Let me see if there's anything I need to do. Let's see. I don't think it's anything I need to do on my end, but I don't hear you. But I did add you.
Yo,
I would say in Atlanta there are a lot of singles, as this data shows. A lot of singles, a lot of professionals, a lot of professional, a lot of shady characters too. But for the most part, Atlanta and DC are very similar in the fact that you will see a lot of black successful people, entrepreneurs, just people doing the damn thing in those two cities. Um, I feel like there are a lot of options there. I'd say more so. I think it benefits men more. Like, cause I have an abundance mentality, but the men treat dating down there like it is a candy store, like there's sprinkles, cupcakes, or crumble cookies or somewhere. Um, so um, I was in a long term relationship there, so I can't speak on it a lot, but I could say, that's true. There are a lot of successful people there, a lot of things to do, good food there. Um, yeah, I can speak to that. I have a friend that she's back on the apps, so I can kind of get insight from her. All my sisters are married down there, so their weddings that go on in Atlanta every weekend. So I don't believe that you can't find love there if that's what you're looking for. I guess just a matter of meeting the right person for you, right? Now, as far as my DC experience, it's been interesting. Like I said, similar to Atlanta, you'll see a lot of black professionals, very successful people here. Um, DC's, of course, the national capital region, nation's capital. So it's nothing to see servicemen, women out and about. Um, any federal government headquarters is here, Pentagon, all that. So a lot of people here are federal employees, contractors, IT, all type of industries are here. Like I have experience with a few guys here. One guy in particular, this guy, he's a special agent, right? So he's law enforcement, and he, these ladies were telling me, ladies at work, we're like, oh, I used to tell them, he's a nice guy. He was single, late 40s, whatever. He was a handsome guy. Um, he's very successful in, his career. And that's why I mentioned that we went out to, like, our first date was like to Top Golf. He took me to Top Golf, and we went to the movies. We went out to eat. Like, he was doing a lot. I just felt really weird. I was like, oh, I'm ready to go. I'm just so ready to go. Right. So, and he had a behavior of like ghosting. He would disappear. So I didn't understand that. I never really, well, maybe I just didn't understand what ghosting was at the time. So he would ghost. At first, it really bothered me. I'm like, what? Because I really liked him. And he ended up calling me again. We'll go out. Like, I went on road trips with this guy. Like, I went on road trip with him to Philly. Um, and I guess it was more of a friendship. I don't know how to describe it really. And let's see, another I have some more interesting experiences as well. But I noticed here in the DMV, whenever you meet someone, they always ask you, where do you work? Not where do you work, they ask you where you're from. So people always greet you with it. Where are you from? Because, like, no one from here, no one here is from here. Hey,
yo, can you
Justin.
hear me now?
Um, I wonder if I can go out and come back because I'm not even hearing that noise I normally hear when you come on. So I wonder, is it an issue on my end?
Yo, can you hear me
If
now?
I should stop the stream and come back, I may just do that. If that's okay with you, let me see. Should I stop and come back? Let's see. I'm gonna try. I wonder would it matter if I was on a different computer? Hmm. Okay, I wonder. Let me try my desktop right quick. I wonder what that. Do you think that would matter? If I'm on the desktop right now, I'm on my laptop. I wonder would that make a difference? Or I may just let's see, because I think if I stream directly from YouTube, I won't be able to give you a link to click on. Hmm. Okay, what I'm gonna do? Give me a moment. All right, so thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna start a new stream. It'll just be a continuation of this, and we'll kind of discuss our experiences. So, see you all back in about 5 minutes.